So the world, the entire world, every single human being on the face of the planet just watched episode 4 of Amazon's beloved flagship series, Stringy Bowels. And I need to watch it 3 more times just to remember what happened. This episode was an exercise in endurance and tedium. This was a glaring case of all tell and no show, and highlights the direction in which Amazon is taking their ridiculously expensive soap opera. Nothing happens in this story. I mean, obviously things happen, but not much of note. People do a lot of talking, and there's one action sequence that served as a bittersweet reminder that you're not watching Peter Jackson's superior Fellowship of the Ring. Apart from that, Alright, they pack quite a bit into the show, so let me get through this as fast as I can so I can go make something to eat or hug my kid or anything that doesn't involve wasting any more time than I need to thinking about this show. First is Isildur. Isildur's story is, who cares? He gets himself thrown out of oceanic buggery school, he hears voices, then volunteers to fight. Yay. Next is his sister, what's-her-name, and would you take a gander at them big floppy dugs? Damn. Now, she still kind of looks like a guy. When I first saw her, I would have sworn she was the daughter of that actress from that Hollywood homo propaganda movie about the cross-dressing girl who gets killed by the evil white boys. You know, the retard from $1 Million Lady. Not the retard, the cripple from that tedious Clint Eastwood Girls Get It Done boxing movie. Whatever. Why am I talking about homos and cripples when the gloriosity of these swollen udders are gracing my TV screen? Look, so far the writers have done absolutely nothing to distinguish her character in any meaningful way. So why the hell should I expend valuable brain cells to learn her name? I shall therefore dub her Titsy McGee.
Oh, Peter was easy down when we sang the blues. No, Peter was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Titsy McGee.
You know, this section was so dull, I found myself hoping one of those engorged teats might just, I don't know, plop out of her dress and drag along on the ground behind her.
Yeah, Titsy said that something the best too.
She meets this handsome young douche. However, having been accepted into Numenor University to major in trans-orc pottery classes, she has little time for fun.
One day up there, just know I let her slip away. She's looking for the home in the home.
Whoa! Did you get a load of that big ass?
One single day.
Damn, lady. Titsy McGee has got a big, juicy, fat ass. Anyway. Oh, and then they have a meet cute. How fucking adorable.
Titsy left there. But it really good was easy, Lord. When she sang the blues. Hey, feeling good?
I honestly have no idea what her purpose is in this story. Apart from the obvious.
Good enough for me and my Titsy McGee.
What are you doing up here?
I had a dinner.
A delicious belly full of man-seed.
Who is he?
Why, the one with the biggest ball bag, of course. This is a confusing waste of effort to simply pad out a show that really already has a lot going on. It may not be that interesting, but there are various plot lines going, so apart from those pendulous punching bags, I don't see how they can justify crowbarring in an entirely fabricated character's romance. Oh, did I say punching bags? Freudian slip. I meant fun bags. And unless Titsy McGee here is willing to whip out those big old floppers and give us a look, I have very little interest in this character. Moving on.
Oh, Titsy, Titsy, Titsy. Titsy McGee.
An honorable mention goes to this character for, I don't know, giving a speech.
And if the elf were here now, what would she see? Men of Numenor? Or a gaggle of mewling children?
I don't know his name, but he's so fucking ugly and weird looking that I started thinking of him only as Poopy Mouth. Specifically because, for some reason, I'm positive that when he sits down to dinner, it's to a massive steaming turd on a platter. The speech is overwritten and uninspired, but Poopy Mouth delivers it adequately between discreet nibbles of the turd he keeps in his pocket.
I swear that elven hands will never take Numenor's helm.
But the problem isn't Poopy Mouth. The real issue is that this scene showing the enlightened peoples of Numenor as elf-hating racists is insulting. Come on, everyone knows those knife-eared fucks are asking for it. Jesus, what else happens in the show? Okay, Elfie, Bronwyn, and Theo. First, we get Bronwyn giving orders to the people of Filthtown. Oh, I believe I said they were going to the Elf Fort. Apparently this place is called the Old Watchtower. I'm terribly sorry for the confusion. I'll kill myself when I'm done uploading this. Anyway, wouldn't you know it, a man dares to stand up and talk back to her.
Where's the rest?
That is the rest.
We'll have to cut rations again.
You're not cutting my rations. Who gave you the right to decide?
Everyone who decided to come to this tower, Waldrick, including you.
What'll we eat?
Find a way.
How?
Well, if we beat the hedgerows with salmon, they'll likely give birth to marshmallows. Later, she joins Elfie to help save Theo in an unnecessary plotline designed specifically to involve a human woman. In other words, the writers simply wanted her there, so there she was. Later, she all but blows Elfie to say thanks.
Thank you.
Comparatively speaking, in her time, just showing off the skin of her calf might be considered a crime. And speaking of Theo, you can easily tell that Bronwyn is Theo's mother, because Theo is just as annoying as she is.
I'm sick and tired of watching everything go to tatters and not doing anything about it.
We are doing everything we can.
Well, I'm not.
Theo!
Theo goes into the orc-ridden town to find food. He's chased by an orc and hides in the well. Okay, watch. Alright, the orc was alerted by this noise. But not this noise. And later, when he climbs out of the well, the music is masking it a bit, but if you listen...
Let's go.
Theo's being pretty fucking loud.
Come with me if you want to live.
Then Elfie saves him, and we're treated to this scene. From another movie! Enough said. Is it Adar? Adar?
Adar.
So Adar is an elf, and this is the most important part of the show, because we waited on this cliffhanger, and we literally learned nothing from this character. Nothing! All the things that resolution would give are missing here. Elfie asks questions, Adar gives no answers. I mean, not one. By the way, do orcs have a heart in their stomach? Because all he did was stab it in the side. This doesn't kill you, at least not right away. Not like this. And the burn makeup looks pretty shit. Then he sends a perfectly fit and healthy slave away. A magical creature who doesn't tire in the same way that a human tires.
Workers who don't sleep, don't tire, don't age.
Hey, Adar, that trench ain't gonna dig itself. Okay, moving on. So, Galadriel. Oh, fuck! I forgot about the dwarves. Fuck! Look, I can't do it. I think I'm done. Seriously, this episode is a total contradiction. It's filled with so many characters, so much action and dialogue and story progression. But it is so damn boring. Here, I'll give you an example of the terrible writing. Durin goes to great lengths to keep the ambiguously gay duo here in the dark. The dwarves have a big secret. Eventually, Elmo tracks him down, and Durin uses a rock to swear him to secrecy, then just spills the beans. Oh, and by the way, it turns out a little bit of Disa goes a long way. She has a bigger role in this episode, and she's pretty irritating.
Calling a dwarf dishonest in her own home? It's a recipe for strong gravy.
Question. How does Elmo know the little ditty that lets him get into this secret chamber?
Rich crown, kiss the stone, polish your gems and gold.
Answer? Who fucking cares? Oh my god, this show is the visual equivalent of COVID. It's so draining. It's so boring, it makes your body want to die. Halliburton does almost nothing here, but he is growing on me.
Don't tell me. Tavern brawl.
Sedition.
I'm getting used to his cadence. No homo. Elendil does almost nothing here, but he is growing off of me.
I believe the man you hold in your dungeons is no common brawler, but the lost heir in exile to the throne of the Southlands.
And I suppose Elendil here is a runic emperor.
Petty lord, actually.
Oh look, two strong, powerful women are talking, and Elendil acts like a slack-jawed male feminist. I meant moron. Slack-jawed moron. This is just pathetic writing. Pathetic. Good God, what should have been the funniest part of the show just made me cringe.
Or are you a castaway, grasping for a handhold in a tempest?
There's a tempest in me.
Oh my God, this is so awful. It's just so bad. I can't even finish. I'm looking at pages of notes and I just can't bring myself to care. This was a pretty remarkable achievement. Amazon actually created the anti-Tolkien Tolkien show. This is a travesty, a cancerous tumor on the face of culture. This is a streak of feces across the pearly white front teeth of a beautiful woman. This is anathema to a rational mind. This is copulating with a roadkill coyote. This is filth. This is worse than Hitler, worse than Stalin, worse than child vivisection. And yes, it even goes beyond all of that. This is worse than Morphin Clark eating. Congratulations, Lex Luthor. You just sank an obscene amount of money into an embarrassing pile of shit. Episode 4 was dull, repetitive, derivative, and uninspired. This is Tolkien for what this corporation thinks of as their audience. Low IQ fools who wouldn't have a hope of figuring out such a complex story. Add in all of the glaringly obvious ideology, what you wind up with is waste. Trash. This was a vile experience. If this show continues sliding down this hill, then fuck 10 episodes. I'm going to run out the 8 episodes and close the book on this screaming abortion. And that was episode 4 of quite possibly the greatest television series ever produced, Stringy Bowels. Let's hope you and yours have a super Rings of Power week and a happy Harfoot weekend. Bye-bye.